Oh, forgive me, y'all. It's Gen 30. This has been the most fucked day I've ever had. Anywho, that was, water from last night. I woke up in the middle of the night, parched. So there I was, pouring into this Georgia buggy for 2 freaking hours. This fucking guy, I love him to death. I fucking love this guy. This one finisher, he's the shit. He's like my favorite. His whole crew. They're awesome. Anyway. That's a strong one. Damn. Anyway, he tells me when I get there, he's like, I don't think we got anywhere to wash out. I said, well, there was one of the competitor trucks was washing out right there where we used to wash out. I don't know if there's any bags there. I said, I think I saw bags. I said, but he was washing out there. And he was like, oh God, why won't this fucking thing open? Holy shit. Houston. What's the fucking problem? Never had a problem. Oh God. Jesus. Alright. Who fucking did that? Anyway. So, he was washing out. I don't know. Is he part of that, group that they were doing whatever and they left the job site a mess? I mean, it's actually not in her yard. So, this crazy Karen come running out when I was washing down. Fucked up part is that 2 other people washed down in the same spot. Because the competitor was over there. And then the dude that was pouring before me, we sent him over there. He never came back and said, no, we can't do that. I just got yelled at. No, he just carried on. Played dumb. He's good at that. Because he's brain damaged. I'm telling you. He's fucking brain damaged. Some of the shit, oh my God, fuck's sake. I can't even get, the fucking lunacy of it all. So, I get yelled at by crazy Karen. Washing out in an area, apparently, she don't like. Doesn't matter. It used to be the washout area. They haven't replaced the bags. It's not her property. They just happen to be utilizing that little smidgen of area. The contractor, whoever is doing all the fucking hoity-toity shit to her yard, is utilizing that. And so, my manager calls me after the fact. But as soon as I got yelled at by her, I was like, let me go get our finisher guy. He'll clean up for you. He's going to anyway. I know he will. Right? Because they're going to assign him to do it anyway. Probably. Because he's going around tearing out patches of sidewalk and replacing it where, they got cracked or whatever. He's got a shit ton of stuff to do over there. So anyway, he just got added on. And so he's not real happy right now. I said, I don't want to add any more to your plate. I said, but we got crazy Karen over there. And I don't think that's her property. He's like, no, it's not. That's public domain. Well, it's actually the builder's property, but it's public domain. I was like, so how do you want to remedy this? I said, could you call my management and let them know that, we weren't the only ones? And he was like, no, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you, girl. I got you. So apparently Karen called our management. And my management called me. I said, I talked to the dude in charge over here. And he's like, yeah. I said, and he's on his way to go clean it up. He's telling me not to worry about it. But I'm letting you know. Crazy Karen, it's not her property. Her contractor left all their trash there. A big pile of dirt, a bunch of pallets, a bunch of shit. For whatever it's worth. I said, and that's where typically we used to wash down at. And he was like, oh. I said, yeah, so dude's going to take care of it, clean it up. I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to get on the edge of that sidewalk and he's going to dig that bucket in there. He's going to get a couple of guys and they're going to shovel around the concrete itself and shovel it into the bucket. And then they're going to take that bucket and they're going to tip that bucket and they're going to sit there and scrape it. Then they're going to take a bucket of dirt and they're going to go over top of it and it's going to look like we were never there. Yeah. Because that's where the washout is supposed to be. So he agreed with me. He's like, you're fine. He's like, so I said, you want to walk with me and I'll show you? And he goes, I thought you said there was bags there. I said, I thought there was bags there because the other competitor's truck was washing. They don't normally do this kind of crazy shit either. Oh, so you thought that it was yeah, because they were there. Dude never came back and told us otherwise. He was like, what would you expect him to? Yeah, I'm giving him entirely too much credit. He's like, yeah. So anyway, he's like, I get you. Don't worry about it. That's easy. And he took a picture of the house. He went back to the builder's superintendent that was on site while we were working on this additional. It wasn't a tear out. It was they had a back porch and they wanted an extended patio onto their house. And I've done a lot of this stuff before with him, different subdivisions. You know, it's not unusual. This shit, little sidewalk patches, little curb patches, little, you know, runways, things like that, where, you know, a dump truck backed up or drove up onto the threshold where the sidewalk would be, kind of thing. Yeah. And they crack it. That kind of crap. There's a bunch of little spots all over the place where the pump outrigger, he set up to do this, that, or the other thing, cracked the sidewalk. Yep. Before the house was built. That kind of crap. Or, yeah, it was like, the house will be like 3/4 of the way done. And we'll come in and do the sidewalk. And whatever. And then the house that's in between, you know, the next door, they'll pump the footing. The outrigger's got to go somewhere. That house ain't sold yet. They're still working on it on the inside, tying up the shit on the inside. But it's still marked as being worked on. They're still doing landscaping and shit like that. Yeah, and the pump comes in, it's got to have the outriggers go somewhere. In order to pump the house next door, he's putting his outriggers on the sidewalk. That will break them too. So that has happened. So I was doing 1 threshold, 2 footpaths. Oh God, the lady that we did the last footpath for, he come up to me and goes, you want to know what she said to me? I was like, what? She goes, that rock in there is pretty uneven. You know, is it, you know, we need to kind of clean that up before you know, and he's looking, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, what do you think? I said, I think she's high as a fucking kite. I said, it needs to be stable and tamped and solid. It doesn't necessarily need to be perfectly level. It's like she thought this sidewalk repair, they were going to come in with 6 buckets of fucking small stone and tamp it down and make it look all pretty before we put concrete over top of it. And I'm not entirely sure why they had so many of these footpaths need to be replaced. That is the fucking weirdest shit ever. More than likely, it was the landscapers. Fucked them up. Yeah, because they do some wacky shit. All of the spots that we were working on, it's like right in front of a fucking house. Yeah, it's the landscapers. Oh God, and I feel so bad for the guy. But anyway, He had my back. He took up for me. I explained this to my manager. I was like, you can call dude. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, just call him. He'll tell you everything. Yeah, she's fucking raging Karen, and she scared me, so I'm rolling dirty. So technically, we're not supposed to do that. However, the situation permitting, there was absolutely nowhere. He said, I can have you washed out in the Bobcat. I said, where are you going to put the water? And he just looked at me. I said, your situation ain't that better than mine. If I wash out in your bucket, where are you going to put the water? And if you need your bucket, how are you going to use it with all this shit in there? I said, this situation, you got a lot going on here. You need a wash down. He's like, you're right. I was like, well, they were washing down over there. I thought I saw bags. The other guys were washing there. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, we saw what happens. Crazy Karen. Got me on video and everything. Yeah, don't post that shit. I will sue your fucking ass. Because it's not her property. And it's at the discretion of the builders how they do the washout. Now, me, personally, if I had any say in this matter, I would, the finisher himself, cut a square hole, and call in an eco pan and drop it in that hole. Right there in her back door. See, you got a fence, and then it goes into a gully, and it's just this public domain dogs shit there, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's not her property. Her property stops probably, I would say, anywhere a foot to 2 foot past her fucking fence. This raw iron fence and this retaining wall thing that she's got going in. Yeah. So we weren't washing out on her property at all. We were on public domain. And it was the builder's property, technically. So, when I explained all this to my manager, and I was like, and if you got any questions, call the finisher. He'll tell you all about it. He's going to clean it up. Not only our shit, but the other contractors who sent the other mixers down there. Who were doing pools up top. Yeah. What a fucking mess. Anyway, so no harm, no foul. Thank God I got good PR with that fucking finisher. Otherwise, we would have been screwed. Manager was laughing. I was like, oh my God, let me tell you. And he was laughing. I was like, yeah, it's fucking wild. I said, I'm not the only one who did it. So, of course, you're going to call me because you're going to get the full story. Yeah, you're the one who's going to explain it the best. I said, yeah, but, yeah, we're getting it cleaned up. It's okay. We ain't got to send a task force down here to fucking do it. He's like, all right, that's all I was wondering. I was like, no, we got this covered. And then hopefully by the time we come back in here to do the other sidewalk patch and whatever else they got going on, the builder will have bags up there or an eco pan or something. So all these hoity-toity fucks can, not understanding that this lady compromised $500,000 fucking piece of equipment by screaming at me, and I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna stop, get washed out, and head home. So I've got to be back in at 3:00 in the morning. I am getting my drink on because I need to decompress. I have got so much shit to do, and the fucking app wouldn't even open. Did it ever open? Is it gonna open sometime this year? Is it gonna open tomorrow? Shit. My dispatch gave me an extra 10 minutes on my time, too. I was like, what are you doing that for? I was like, just clock me out right now. I've been trying to log into this fucker for like 5 minutes. I said, I've been trying to clock out for like almost 10 minutes. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, that's absolutely stupid. I don't know. What do I need to do? Shut the whole fucking app down? There it goes. Hold on. Spinning wheel of death. Please wait. Please wait. Oh, now it opens. Yeah, fucker. Yeah. You penciled it in. Good. So, right now, I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat. I was hungry 4 hours ago. And now I'm not hungry anymore. So, yeah, it's been one of those days. I ran over the form. It was so dark, couldn't see. So I pulled up to my position on the slab and I got out and I told the guy I ran over the form. I said, I couldn't even see it. There's no cones out there telling us where the openings are. And it was so dark, I thought I had it. My back tire grabbed it. He was like, oh, shit. Well, thank you. I'm owning it. I fucked up. He's like, don't worry about it. We got more. We'll just change it out. We're all right. We make those. So it's just pulling the stuff off of it and putting new stuff on. You know, replacing it onto a different board. It's no big deal. We got a stockpile of them over there. We're good. Okay. I feel bad. Because, yeah, we'll just go grab another one. They're all the same length. Pretty much. Like fucking A. Just owning it. He was just... So then, let me see. The brain dead guy that we work with that didn't say anything to us after we had sent him over there to wash out. Didn't say, no, crazy Karen come out and started yelling at me. Nope, he didn't even come back and tell us, nope, we shouldn't be doing that. She's hostile. No. He took off, right? This fucking idiot. The other Friday, while we were doing this night pour, he's like, oh, dude, what yardage are you? And he's like, I'm like 270. He's like, oh, my ticket's at 170. And I'm like, he didn't process his fucking ticket. Anyway, so he's trying to get into the hole to get fucking loaded. He don't even have a ticket. And the reason why I don't have a ticket is because he didn't process his ticket. So they don't know that he's back at the plant. So he's sitting there saying, I turned the computer off, I turned it back on, I reboot it, not working. No, it's not going to work. Because one, you're clocked into it. Two, you got to process the ticket. So after the poor batch guy, he doesn't understand anything about these tablets. He's completely clueless to the fact. And he's like, no, dude, I can't even remember all the gobbledygook that he was like tripping over his own feet, trying to get this guy to just get off the radio, right? And he's like, I turn it off, I tried again. No. You need to process the ticket from your last load. Crickets. Batch guy didn't say nothing. And neither did the dude having issues with the fucking yardage on his ticket. So, it's like, if you see that, and you're like, wait a minute, I've done one. There's 10 trucks. I've done 3 loads. That means I should be either mid 200s or starting 300s. Pay attention. See, me and my ex, when he would show up, we would send each other what our yardage was. Because we would be half asleep. So, if my ticket didn't process out for whatever, I could look down and say, oh no, I'm back at the plant and it's still saying 40 yards. I didn't process my shit out, right? Also, it was kind of like a mental note, know where we were in the lineup. Because we'd get there at different times, kind of thing. Because I had to go over to my plant. He went to this plant. We'd try to meet up. And then we would try to get, so we were like partnered up, buddy pouring, which I do with, like, shit, old girl this morning. We were buddy pouring until I had to get tested. And that's fuck. We ain't buddy pouring no more. Anyway, so this guy, he doesn't take a mental note of what his yardage is when he starts the work night. So I'm 5th. All right. And we're going to have probably 5 more trucks fall in after me. Right? That means 10. Now I'm going to be somewhere 10 or 12 trucks cycling. Do the math. So today, when he, my ticket says 170, 270, something or other, and I had just poured 430. And I said, and the batch guy, different plant, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I said, he didn't process the ticket. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. He's like, no, you need to process out your ticket. We're heading toward 500 yards, dude. I was 430, poured out and come back. And I had 8 trucks behind me. So, yeah. My ticket say 320. No. We're heading toward 520. I think he was 500 and 520. Yeah. So the ticket that he was talking about was his last load. I'm like, how many times has he done that tonight? He's like, no, this is the first time. I said, someone need to get on him. Someone need to get on him. My God, it's getting so bad. So anyway, I got to get some alpha hydroxy acid on my arms. Yes, I do. They're bugging me. Anyway. Yes, I have those arm bumps, the folliculitis. The alpha hydroxy acid that I use, I actually used to only use it on my face. And then I read somewhere, so now I really use it on my face. I use it on my arms, and it works marvelous. It is absolutely marvelous. But the last couple of nights I've been a little bit like rushing and not thinking about it. You just squirt it on my arm. And then when my legs start acting up, especially in the summer, the heat bothers it. I start doing the tops of my legs. Yep. Clears up the folliculitis, just like that. Or the hyperkeratosis pilaris. If you really want to be exact what the condition is. Yeah, and it's not rare. It's very common. And fucking annoying. Yeah. So, yeah, today was a weird one. My last load of the day. So when I talked to my manager after explaining everything, I was like, we got it covered. Everything's going to get cleaned up. We're good. Just, the situation is kind of hinky. And we got a Karen. And, it just, yeah. Of course it's the last load of my day, so I can sit there and pine over it all night long. But it's like, today's the day that I'm going to be picked on. Nothing actually really bad happened. No, my tire went flat. I ran over... this is the 6th fucking tire. 6! In like 2 months. Yeah, every time I go to a night port, I fucking tear up a tire. And the only tires I worry about are the fronts and the very rears. The middle ones, I don't give a fucking rat's ass. Those silly fucks could be like literally flopping on the rim. Ain't gonna affect how this load gets distributed whatsoever. I just drop the fucking tags and they'll make up for it. I've had one do that. It literally flopped off the rim. I was like, I'm dropping tags. People are like, why are your tags down? I said, you see the tire? I said, if it flops anymore, I could talk to you. Did you call the shop? Yeah. They on their way? Yeah, but by the time they I get done, I'll be back at the plant before they even get there. They're like, "You crazy as hell." I was like, "I'm telling you, I came back one night. It was funny as hell. I pull in the hole. My manager looks out the window. I don't know anything about this tire pressure system on this new truck, right? He's like, "Pull out." I was like, "What the hell?" He goes, "You have a flat tire." Really? Fucking have no idea. I had no idea, right? Now I'm like eyeballing my pressure system. I said, "It wasn't like that when I left." He goes, "No, it wasn't. You were fine." He goes, "You picked that shit up from the job." He's like, "Go ahead, back up there. I got the shop on the way." I said, "How did you know I had a flat tire?" He goes, "I didn't look out the window." One of the drivers just called me. She rolling on a flat tire. She don't even know. Middle of the fucking night. So that night, that's when I learned about the pressure sensor system. So we have a TPMS on these trucks. And the tire went out again today. And I was watching the TPMS system. Now that I know how to do it and I know how to program the sensors in, I'm watching it. I'm like, why am I deflating? What the fuck is going on? So I pull in. I tell the batch guys that I'm going to pull over here. I got to get air in this tire. This thing is acting cray. It's making me crazy. It's dropping air and I don't know why. I pull over there. I get the sensor little like valve stem cover thingy off. And I happen to look at the tire and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I've got an eye bolt in my tire. I probably have one. I don't have one for display. I have one for shit around here. I've got like concrete stuff. Anyway, it's a bolt with an eye on it. And it's threaded on the bottom. Right? There's one stuck in my fucking tire. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, I'm like, fuck. But when I took the pressure sensor, the little valve stem cover thing off, this thing like exploded. And like plastic went flying. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Right? So I call up our mechanic guy over at our shop. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to need a tire and a pressure sensor. Okay, what happened? I said, pressure sensor blew up. Tire is going flat because there's a big bolt in it. Like, didn't we just change it? I said, yesterday. He said, good God. I said, it's holding air. It's not going to hold it for very long. Rolling on this gigantic eye bolt. Oh, shit. He goes, how did you get that? I said, I don't fucking know. I pick up all sorts of crap on these night crews. He says, that's a brand new tire. I said, yeah, no kidding. Number 6. In 2 months. Yeah, so there I was. Parked for like 2 hours, bullshit with people, hanging out. And the old girl shows up. This shit's funny. She goes, I lost my Jake brake, my low gear, my air pressure, and fucking something else. It all went at one time. And I'm thinking, she blew a fuse. So she pulls up. I said, what did you lose again? She goes, I got no air pressure. I don't have this. I don't have that. This, that, and I was like, I bet you it's a fuse. So, mechanic is there changing my tire. She gives him to look at it. She goes, I'm going to check my fuses. So she's got it. She's in the front seat of her truck and she's reading the panel, right? She's trying to figure out which one it is that operates all this crap. She goes, I'll be fucking damned. She's right. It's a fuse. The guy's like, no, it's a connector. She goes, no, it's a fuse. She pulled it out and it was broke in the middle. And so she pulls up next to me. We're on our way back to the plant, right? We're done. We're heading back to the home, one of the home stations. And she's like, it was a fuse. I said, what did I say? She was like, It was a number 5. It was a 5 amp. I was like, good to know. I said, put a 10 in it. She's like, noted. I said, get in front of me, speed demon. This girl, her driving score is like a 60. Mine's a 97. Because I don't like to be in trouble. That's just me. I just don't like to get yelled at. I don't like to be in trouble. I'm insecure. I don't like being judged. I just don't. So there I am, granny grunting it, you know. Anyway, so she gets over and then she messaged me. Now he wants me to go to the shop. I said that you're in the wrong lane. I said you could just cross over and go around the block. And she takes a fucking right turn. As soon as the light turns green, she takes this illegal right turn. Fucking off she goes. She goes, or I could do that. I said, yeah, or that. You know, and we're laughing. You know, I'm on my way. But yeah, it's like everything that could go wrong today went wrong. So the 2 females that he has on these jobs, 90% of the time is me and her. And I was like, I caught up to you. And she goes, fuck, now you're ahead of me. I know I'm going to get tested. She's like, oh, I'll be ahead of you. I said, yeah, but they take so fucking long. There's going to be like 3 people ahead of me now. And, you know, we're just trying to keep the flow going. We ain't racing. We just laughing about the dumb shit. But then I got a fucking tire that goes cray cray. She gets her whole panel goes cray cray. Yeah, everything that could go wrong. And when I get back to her plant to wash out, because I was rolling dirty. I even told my manager, am I washing? He's like, yeah, you're washing. I was like, good, because I'm stopping in, and I'm going to wash it. And he was like, really? I said, yeah, because I'm rolling dirty, dude. He's like, you couldn't even finish. I was like, no, she was out there with her phone, acting all crazy and shit. I was like, oh my God. So, note to self, if you're in the concrete world, don't wash out where you're not supposed to. Or, if you're questioning it, get permission or beg forgiveness later. Have good PR with your finishers and be like, you know what? Y'all need your Bobcat. I'm gonna wash out right here. Y'all can clean up later. There's nowhere to do it with any class that is not going to piss somebody off. And that is basically what we ran into today. So, the finisher, thank God I got good PR with him. He took care of me. And he loves us anyway. You know, if somebody were to give him shit, I would be like a little proverbial bulldog and fucking go to bat for him before he could stand up for himself. I love this man and his crew. They are awesome. They are awesome. I've grown up with them. They are my people. So, in any case, that's my day. This is what we run into. This is the crazy shit we run into. Wrong side. We need the ice. Yeah, we got food. We got tons of food. We got bacon in here. I gotta get rid of that shrimp. I can't eat shrimp no more. I'm allergic to it. I just found out that I'm allergic to it. Yeah. I have this recipe, and I'll tell it to you, and I fucking love it because when I eat like broccoli and cauliflower, I like it in cream with butter and salt and pepper. I'm not a big plain broccoli cauliflower fan, but I discovered that, and I add a real garlic clove that I gotta press, and I just in there, and then like a fucking handful. My handful is like that. Like 12 fucking shrimp, right? In this bowl. And I pull the tails off and everything, and I everything heated up and whatever. So, absolutely love this. Broccoli, cauliflower, garlic, butter, salt and pepper, and shrimp. I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, God, I'm craving it right now. Anyway, can't do the shrimp no more. the last time I ate it. And my sister's allergy to shrimp kind of spawned a little earlier than mine. But she's like, I don't fucking care. I'll just eat Benadryl with it. I'm not gonna suffer. I'm like, I can't deal with the itch. Yeah, I was scratching. I was clawing at my skin. It was like full body, like, breakdown. I was scratching. I came out here. I came out to the fucking kitchen and got my back scratchers. I have 2 of them, actually. One of them's got a magnet on it. And the other one's a bear claw. Let me see. One's got a magnet on it only because it's a... But... But yeah, I was fucking losing it. This one, I was like, oh my God. And I was like, digging. Right now I'm itchy. Because I'm... But anyway, but yeah, I got the bear claw. But I also got this one. I got it from where I least got a magnet on the end of it. It's basically to grab nuts and bolts or whatever if you drop them while you're doing engine work. But yeah, it works good as a back scratcher. Anyway, but yeah, this... And I used to carry this one in my purse. And me and the guy that used to drive my truck before it got handed off to me, and they ended up retiring him, he had a back scratcher in the truck. When I got the truck, I was like, is this yours? He's like, yes. I was like, yeah, I got one already. He's like, where? It was in my bag. My backpack. So yeah, that night I was like, oh my God, where's my fucking bear claw? I was like, I mean, it was everywhere. Shrimp. No joke. Make your body itch. So, we can't do shrimp no more. My mom, so I called her. I said, yeah, I'm allergic to shrimp, I think. She was, really? I said, yeah, the last time I ate it, I was laying there trying to get ready to go to sleep, just watching a, video of something on YouTube. And I was like, it was spastic itching. She was like, what do you mean? I was like my belly was itching. My back was itching. My armpits were fucking itching. She was like, oh my God, you're allergic to shrimp. I was like, is that it? I said, because I ate shrimp and I ended up going out to the kitchen and, taking some Benadryl and, whatnot. I said, but do you think that's what it is? She goes, oh yeah. And along with shrimp, you can't do lobster, crayfish, crab, none of it. I was like, oh, my life fucking sucks now. She goes, you love that stuff, don't you? Oh God, yes. I make a fucking crab dip that is to die for. Oh yeah, I could eat the whole fucking thing with a thing of like, one of those little bagel chips. Oh yeah. I don't care if I gain weight. It's just that good. Right. So, anyway. Trying to figure out what to eat. We got chicken. Lots of chicken. I did chicken burritos last night. I don't know if I want to do that tonight. I've got wings in there. I could do wings. They're pre-made. I am. They're not breaded, so we're good. But yeah, my grocery store does wings. I do. I break it up into 10 pieces each. Microwave. I do the red hot buffalo sauce though, and I've got celery and blue cheese. I've got salad stuff. I'm not really that hungry though. I mean, I was hungry 4 hours ago. Oh my God. I was sitting there dreaming of a basket of Applebee's baby back ribs and their weird spicy fries. I was like, God, it's been ages. I love those things. They're like the best thing ever. And they used to have that one, what was it, that special where it was like all you could eat. Oh, I'd be rolling out of that place. Anyway. And that was when I was this big. Well, I worked it off. I used to live at a gym. There's some, God, what was her name? I saved her video. I was like, that's what I looked like in my 20s. She's got an amazing fucking bodybuilder. Her name Dana. I think it was Dana. Yeah. Dana starts with an S. God, what's her name? Blonde. Beautiful. Beautiful woman. And yeah, that's what my body looks like. My body built. When I'd get thick, that's what I'd look like. If I decided to do like a 5-day fast, I would like shrink right down and I'd look like, what's her name? Gladys Portuguese? Yeah. Anyhow, I gotta figure out what to eat. Now I'm just babbling on like a magpie. Gene thoughts. Yeah, I had a fucked up day. Almost 14 hours of fucked up day. And I gotta be back in at 3. So, y'all, hope your Tuesday was better than mine. Mine was literally, terrible Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, it was. So, be safe, be good, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Those of you who have stuck around to see what the progression. And now I'm like, see the progression of the healing and where it has gone. Because there's a lot of people that are on here that have never left, that have watched me go from like profane Tourette's, volatile, spontaneous, combustive, fucking losing my goddamn mind, to now. Right now is a better representation of what I was like when I originally got involved with the narcissist. Yeah. The sarcasm, the silliness, the seriousness. I mean, I can be serious when it comes to my job. I love my job. I love it. And I do try to follow the rules whenever humanly possible. And then there's times where there's no serious to be had. The whole situation is so fucking ridiculous. The only thing you can do is laugh like a mental patient and pray for forgiveness. Yeah. I don't like praying for forgiveness. I don't like begging for it. I just want to be able to do a great job with the resources that I have, but I also have a really big heart when it comes to having compassion for my finishers. They're in the same fucked up boat we are. When their environment doesn't accommodate, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to roll back dirty. I cannot roll 8 miles with a chute full of concrete. Where the fuck am I gonna put it? How am I gonna do this? I have no solution. Usually I'm pretty savvy. Nope, there was none today. So, I need to get cleaned up. I need to eat. I need to get to bed. Y'all, pray for us, because we got 600 yards tomorrow. Same place I ran over the form earlier. It's going to be a different crew tomorrow, though. So, hopefully nobody tells on me. Alright. Y'all, have a great evening. Yeah. Wacky Wednesday coming up tomorrow. Hee. Yay. Peace.